All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're doing good here. I got to check on one thing real quick because it looks kind of things are looking a little goofy on my end. So let me just look at something. Let me make sure this is working right. Okay, we're doing. Looks like we're okay. All right, there we go. Scott Bergeron here. Holy smokes! As always, you know what we're going to ask you first. What part of the great state of Michigan are you tuning in from? Are you coming from Alpena? Are you coming from the great Ann Arbor, Michigan area where I was just at? How about Manchester, Michigan? How about Freedom Township? Anybody from Freedom Township in the house? Holy smokes. We have been everywhere. Everywhere. There's Jimmy Capelli. The legend continues. D7 right here. Holy smokes. Where are you tuning in from? Put it in the chat, please. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Where are you tuning in? Down under. Oh, geez. Oh, Torch Lake, also known as Jimmy's Playground. Also known as Jimmy's Playground, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So this is episode 171. We're just gonna call it appraisal guarantee because those two words I feel like I've uttered them 100,000 times in the past 2 months. Hi, I said good to see you, Adrian, Michigan. Big Willie, good to see you, Woodhaven, my friend. Good to see you. So we're gonna talk about that. I guarantee it, but we're gonna talk about all kinds of other crazy stuff as well. So I'll just give you a little quick background of what's going on in the world. So we did, let's see, we went out to Manchester for an appointment and we moved our daughter back from college and got here with 9 minutes to spare at the show. So we were not going to miss you at 7 o'clock today. It was not happening. So Miss Shelley still needs a coffee, but we're going to get there. So I'm telling you what, my man Trace is in the house. God dang it. Put your feet up, Trace. Enjoy a little talking real estate tonight with me. All right. We're going to try to do things and make it fun and exciting for you, but you make the show as much as we do too. So let's get rocking and rolling in this thing. Okay. Let me ask this question, real quick, easy one. Are there more houses on the market this spring or less? Tell me. Are there more or are there less? This is not this or that, but I'm just going to throw it out at you. Are there more or are there less on the market this spring? Put it in the chat, please. Tracy says less. Chris Bergeron says less. The actual right arm. Willie McGuire says less. What do you think? More or less? More or less? What do you think? Are there more houses or less? Facebook user says less. Holy smokes. Hi says, what do you think, girl? Come on, talk to me. Steve Kreitz, what are you thinking? More or less, my friend? More or less on the market right now in this spring? What do you think? Steve says less. All right. So I will tell you the answer. The answer is freaking less. Not a little bit less, but freaking less. There's a bazillion houses less. It looks like if you looked at it on a chart, no way. I said, no way, kiddo. No way. If you looked at it, it would look like somebody fell off a cliff. It would go from here from last year, go. So the topic of appraisal guarantee is going to be important. It's going to be definitely important because it's going to be some crazy stuff going on out in the market these days. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question, and we'll then have Magic Mike McLaughlin kick in at the end of this thing. What does an appraisal cost these days? If you had to get an appraisal, if you had to pay for an appraisal, what do you think this would cost? And then we'll bring Mike McLaughlin to give us the answer. Everybody on today, all you folks that are on watching, throw a number out there. Tell me what you think it costs. Trace says 500. I feel like an auctioneer. Willie says 475, 500. What do you think? What's an appraisal cost? What does an appraisal cost to do these days? Right about now. 500 from Facebook user. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Nothing. I know a guy. I know a guy. You know over there, I know a guy. You know what I'm saying? I know a guy. Tell us, folks, what do you think? Put it in the chat, please. How much does an appraisal cost? What do you think it costs? Tell me, put it in the chat, please. Chris Bergeron, you should get this dead to rights, girl. Come on. What do you think an appraisal costs, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? I got 500, 475, 500, 500, 500. I sound like an auctioneer. Yes, I do. Yes, I most certainly do. 545, Mike McLaughlin says. Sounds like the price is right. 1K. Throwing 1K at you for this appraisal. God dang, I got in the wrong racket. I should be appraising houses left and right. That's what I should be doing. Let's go. The mortgage company pays for, oh, they do, Chris Bergeron. Oh, really? That's an interesting one. No fair, Mike. Let's bring in the legend. Mike McLaughlin, tell us the answer. What's an appraisal cost these days at Total Home Lending?
Usually it's $545.
545. That's $545. Yeah. So it's definitely, I mean, it's a good thing. I want to make sure the number is correct. $200, you're way off. So Michael, tell us a little bit about an appraisal cost. Has it gone up in the last year?
Last year, no. But it does vary by area because it because it kind of depends upon how much the particular appraiser charges in a specific area. But typically in the Tri-County area around here, it's 545. Um, if you have a reinspect for some reason, if the appraiser needs to go back out, that's typically another 150. But in the last year, it stayed pretty constant. It went up when that it actually has stayed, you know, maybe it went up to 500 or about originally when they first switched over to the appraisal management companies years ago. So I think maybe it started off at 450 and in the last, gosh, that's going to be almost 15 years now, right? 12 to 15 years. It's climbed up from 450 to 550. So sounds like standard inflation.
But let me ask you this question. It's an important one, okay? 500 wink, wink, nod, nod. Yeah. So let's answer this question and get this out in the open here, because so people are talking about market's going to crash, this, that, and the other thing. Tell us how you can't call an appraiser. You cannot, correct?
I can. I'm just not allowed to talk to the appraiser about anything to do with the value of the property. There are things I can talk with the appraiser about, but I wouldn't even do that because why even put yourself in the position where anything could come up?
Right. Absolutely. So
We have an appraisal management company for that.
right. So as a third party gets involved, right? And it goes
Yeah,
out to
everything
a
goes
bunch of
through them.
people.
Everything
Right.
is done through them electronically.
Right. So you order an appraisal, and what happens?
A link. So myself or Steve will order the appraisal through our system. Our mutual client knows that link is going to come to them to pay for the appraisal. So they get a link saying that, it's time to pay for the appraisal, and they can pay for it by debit card or credit card on their phone or on their PC.
Right, right. But it doesn't go out to, like, you don't go, hey buddy, I need this to come in at 250. Can you make that happen? That doesn't happen, right?
No, but on purchases, they still get to see a copy of the purchase agreement. So they get to see what our consumer believes is a representative price of the value of the home in coordination with their realtor.
All right. Want to hear a secret, Mike? Let me tell you a secret.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so if I do an appraisal guarantee, you don't see that because I make sure you don't see that at all. Okay, so that will never cross your desk if it's in my hands. That's what you never see from me. You will
Yeah,
not
because
see that.
you're telling the appraiser that somehow the realtor doesn't believe that's a representative value of the house either.
Yeah. Hey, you want to hear a really weird appraisal reinspect story?
Let's hear it.
So Austin Swerple, I remember the kid too, the young
Yep.
man, bought a house in Westland. The appraiser had to come back out and look. There was peeling paint inside the door frame. I'm talking about this much, as much as my finger. Are you freaking kidding me? They had to come back and paint. Like, I came with a paintbrush at night and painted the door, like the little piece of the inside of the door frame. I'm like, come on, man.
Gotta love lead paint.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. You know what I mean? But so I don't see many reinspects. Do you see a lot lately?
No, not too many. It has, it's been pretty good as far as there not being a lot of reinspects. Since that whole lead paint thing is about homes built before 1978.
Yep.
So, I mean, if we just keep putting some time behind us, we'll get rid of the whole lead paint issue altogether with FHA.
All right, so let's talk to some good news, my friend. Let's talk to some good news. You got some good news for the folks. Tell us about it.
Yeah, exciting to do a little Google about mortgage news and start looking to see what's happening today. And let's see, let me share this screen over here with you.
Yeah.
So the big thing today is looking at where it'll even. So this is a Forbes article. If we scroll down here a little bit, you'll see it says the 30-year fixed rate mortgage averaged 6.39% for the week ending May 4th, slightly down from the 6.43% the week prior.
Yep.
So that's where rates are, and that lines up exactly. MISHDA's going rate for the down payment assistance program is 6.375, so you can see they're right on the number.
Yep.
And that rate is representative of what the people out there are getting. That doesn't tell you how much they're paying, like how many points they're paying as a discount to get that rate. But because in today's market, there's going to always be a discount, which means you got to pay extra just to get wherever the margin that rate is today. You have to pay extra just to get that. So
Yeah.
Mishta is nice because you don't have to pay the extra. There's another reason that Mishta is nice. And I'll finish this part of it first, but I got something that'll kind of blow your mind. I didn't even think about this. That
Now you're
we,
talking, blow my mind,
yeah,
man.
we haven't talked yet. So down here you'll see mortgage predictions for May 2023. You'll see they're anticipating that by the end of 2023, you see the highlighted area down here,
Yeah.
mortgage rates will have dropped to 5.2%. So 1.2% approximately from where we are today, 1.1, 1.2%. So that's a pretty significant drop, which is why when we talk to people these days that we let them know, expect the opportunity to refinance within the next 6 to 12 months. My branch manager, Sean, he'll tell you in his mind, it's the ability to refinance in the next 6 to 12 months is a 99%, opportunity. He feels like it's the refinances market is going to be here definitely in the next 6 to 12 months.
So at what point do you refinance as far as is
Well, you
go ahead.
want to be able to at least get, in my mind, and a lot of it will depend upon how big the loan is, because the bigger the loan amount, the more of a difference that a smaller change will make, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it makes a ton of sense.
But really, if you can get a 0.5%, either with no cost or very little cost, if you're getting your rate down a 0.5%, and it's not going to, and you're not giving up equity to do that, then that's a great opportunity. We'll have to see how the market presents itself when we finally make it to the refinance market, though, because there's a lot of sand in between here and there, and we got to walk through it and see what that's going to mean for refinancers.
Yeah, just like quicksand, man. But quicksand, right? Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
sir. You
Michael,
got
we're
it.
going to do this real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we love to do Chef Mike, also known as Magic Mortgage Maggot Mike. We want to know what was for dinner. Don't tell us. Let's see who can get it. Who can
All
get
right,
it for a scratch off
everyone-
ticket? Who can get one?
Everyone can put in their input, and I'll let you know that little sliver of information that we hadn't talked about yet.
Hey,
So as you
Tommy
know,
can't win this week, buddy. I'm sorry.
well, as you know, we talked this. You did see Mishta is now available to the $10,000 for Mishta is now available to every zip code.
Yep.
So in the past, only about a third of the state, 161 zip codes, was eligible to receive 10,000 from Mishta, and the rest of the state was 7,500. So,
Like, do you think it'll ever go back to that short term one when they did 15 grand and it falls off?
only if the opportunity for federal money presents itself again, because that was federal money
Gotcha.
that was given to us for the economic downturn, from the Obama programs that were put in place with the economic downturn.
Gotcha. All right, here's what we got.
Hold on, I'll come. We'll do this first, but first let me say,
Yeah.
on the Mishta loans, what they're going to allow you to do now is you could actually do a Mishta loan with 20% down now with your own
Really?
money and still get the down payment assistance help.
No kidding.
So if somebody needs to put, the way this comes in handy is, let's say somebody doesn't have enough money to put 5% down, but they have to put 5% down to qualify or 10% down to qualify. But we can take that Mishta money, use that additional 10,000, kind of seal the gap there, give them enough money to put the 5% down that they had to do to qualify. So it's just another tool in our bag.
So wow, that's unreal to me. That's absolutely unreal. And it can be used for appraisal gap coverage. Like, you can have money.
Still can't do that, right?
No, you cannot.
You still can't use the Mishta money. You have to cover the gap still. Yep.
No, but you can have money in the bank that can cover.
Yeah, you can still use Mishta and pay for an appraisal guarantee. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay. Yeah, that's a secret word for me. I'm not telling you about appraisal guarantees, Michael. Okay. All right.
I'm
So we
seeing
got
it right on the screen here. It says appraisal guarantee. Talking real estate, episode 171. See, I can read, my friend.
Yes, you can. Yes. All right. So Chris Bergeron says pasta.
All right, see what we got here. Tracy says chicken Kiev with mushroom sauce. I want some of that.
That's nice.
Lori says smothered pork chops. That sounds good too.
What do we got, folks? What is Mike McLaughlin? What do you make for dinner tonight?
Tacos.
What else?
Okay.
Nobody's got a guess. Come on. What is it?
So
What did
here's
Magic Mike the chef make
are
this
are you
weekend
ready
the
for
night?
it?
What? Wait, no.
No?
We give you about 10 more seconds of guess, ladies and gentlemen. All we got right now is pasta, tacos, smothered pork chops, and chicken Kiev. That's all we got? Come on, talk to me. Where's Highest at that? Where's Zach Wilkowitz? Come on. What did Magic Mike the chef make for dinner tonight? Come on.
All right.
Wait, hang on. Spaghetti? Meatloaf. Meatloaf. Hey,
Meatloaf
Ma.
is good. It's not meatloaf, although I thought about it.
Did anybody get close?
No,
God dang it. What do you got for us? Oh, goulash. Wait, goulash?
that's a good guess. But no, so actually today was leftover day, and
Leftovers.
leftovers consisted of Kwan's chop suey from West Road. You know, Kwan's,
Yeah.
which is a
You must
great
materialize the Quan.
a great Chinese restaurant. So I had some almond chicken, some actually burgers isn't a bad guess because because it was leftover day, you had all kinds of ways you could have hit on it. Hamburgers is a correct answer. Tommy had leftover hamburgers from yesterday's cookout. We had Chinese food, which was almond chicken and pepper beef.
Pepper
And
beef?
yeah, that was really good. And then the other thing that was the leftover that was an actual homemade thing was craisin salad, which is lettuce.
Raisins. What?
Craisin salad. So what it is, it's
What the hell is
lettuce.
that?
I'm going to tell you. I'm hanging in there. All right, it's lettuce with chicken, craisins, almond
He's
slivers,
a craisin.
mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese, and then a special onion dressing that you make with oil, onion, Vidalia onions and sugar that you blend together. If anybody wants the recipe, reach out. So you got think about the salad now. You got lettuce,
Yep.
you got craisins,
Yep.
you got chicken, you got Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, almond slivers, and then you hit it with that nice onion dressing. That's really good.
Michael, I'm going to say your craisins are crazy. That's what I'm going to say.
Hey,
Anything else
Scott,
for the folks before we let you go, sir?
no one ever said I wasn't crazy, Scott.
I know that. Mike McLaughlin, ladies and gentlemen, Total Home Lending, the hardest worker man in show business. Brother, I'll see you later. Give him a little Mike in the chat. Michael,
Be
we'll
good,
see
guys.
you later.
Be
Bye-bye.
good out there, guys.
That guy's the best. Absolute best. Steve Kreitz, even though it's not burgers, we'll cut you a break on that one. So Steve Kreitz gets a winner on that one. All right. So let's talk about what do you think your home appraised for? All right. Throw me out a number, guys. And in general, be generally close. Throw me out a number. All right. Give me a number what you think your house will appraise for. Yeah, Michael McLaughlin, a legend. What do you think? 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 Mike McLaughlin, the legend continues. We know, ladies and gentlemen. We definitely know. What do you think your home will appraise for? What do you think? Give me a general number. I'm just curious. I'm just curious right now because appraisals is a big thing. I always tell people you got to sell the house to the buyer and to the appraiser. You got to do both. You got to do both things. Because appraisers are interesting folks. $100,000. $100. What was that? 100 or 100,000? What do you think? 100,000, Chris. Steve Kreitz says it's 170. Tracy Schultz says 225. What do you think? I'm not going to hold you to it. I'm just curious. That's all what you think. What you think. Okay. My house came back. We had an appraisal done, I told you a few weeks ago, for mortgage insurance. Came back a lot more different than I thought it was going to be. So 125, 170. Okay. So the biggest thing, guys, the biggest words that I have had to utter over and over and over again, especially 415. Okay. Not bad. I said, not bad. Not bad at all. All right. I've had to utter these words the past few months over and over and over. And I'll tell you how. Appraisal guarantee. Okay. When I sit down with a seller, I tell them, besides price, the most important number, 386. Well, that's a nice one. I like that. It's very, very particular. Very particular. It's almost like 415. The ladies have very particular numbers there. So appraisal guarantee, I tell folks, that's the most important number you can have. Okay. Here's what it is. It's cash the buyer is willing to put up if the house appraises for less. Okay. It's cash the buyer is willing to put up in case the house appraises for less. Okay. I did one in Garden City. We had $20,000 appraisal guarantee. I did one in North Dearborn Heights. We got let me do the math in my head for a second here. I think we got a $35,000 appraisal guarantee. I think it's what the number was. It's the most important number in this market. Let me tell you why. My good friend Zach Wilkowitz said earlier today, and I'll pull his post up. Hang on one sec. Where's it at? Okay. He said this market's killing me because, guys, there's not enough houses out there. So what happens is people just start throwing out all these crazy numbers, and it doesn't matter unless the house appraises, right? If you get an appraisal guarantee, it takes the stress off for the seller. For the seller, it takes the stress off. It makes it, okay, I'm going to get this money regardless. So I've had 3 or 4 houses in the past month and a half that I had complete appraisal guarantee. We don't care what the house comes in at. We're guaranteeing the rest. We don't care. Okay. Had a couple, 3 or 4 of those so far. So that's what it does for the seller. It guarantees a certain amount of money, even if the house doesn't appraise. Okay. I'm going to use simple numbers. If you offer somebody $100,000 and you give them a $10,000 appraisal guarantee, the house can come in at $90,000 and still you get $100,000. Okay. It's a simpler process than it sounds, but when I talk to people about it, it makes it look like I got 5 heads. Okay. Now, here's the harder person to convince about an appraisal guarantee. And I understand why. I really do. Okay. But the buyers, I'm going to say this again. If you look at the houses that are on the market, the number of houses on the market right now, as opposed to a year ago, it looks like somebody fell off a cliff. Okay. There are not enough out there. So you've got 10, 20, 30, 40 people, even if the rates are up higher, still charging after this one house. Okay. Like I said, I had one in Garden City last week. It went, I think, 50, 60 showings. I won a Plymouth or a Canton a month or 2 ago, had 100 showings, right? Because there's not enough out there. So people are just charging at things. So buyers, to get an offer accepted, you might have to put an appraisal guarantee to it. Now, I'm not saying be ridiculous. Say, I don't care what it comes in. You just guarantee whatever number it is. I'm not saying that. Okay. What I'm saying is that to be competitive, you got to have that in the mix. You got to say, I'll guarantee $5,000 on an appraisal gap, or I'll guarantee $10,000 of an appraisal gap. That's what's happening out there. Okay. Non-serious buyers are folks that just throwing numbers out going, I'll give you this much. Well, if you offer me $500,000 for my house and appraise it for 300, then it doesn't matter. It's $500,000 doesn't matter at all. Okay. So that's where the hard thing is. And it's hard because I have that conversation with sellers right at the bat. Buyers, I try to, and they just look at me like, what? What are you talking about? Do, 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 do. And then my head starts spinning around like this. It's all like that. That's what it looks like. Okay. So it's a hard conversation to have with people. But appraisal guarantee, that's the buzzword for it now. I know it. Jim, I understand. I do, buddy. I definitely understand. But it's a hard fact these days. And I'm not saying it's for everybody. I'm just saying that that's kind of where things are at. And it's hard to tell people that. It's hard to. It really is. I agree 100% with you. It's a goofy thing, but it's where the market is. So it's kind of my take on it, folks, is my take on it for right now, or what's going on with the market. So that's how that goes. Now, if you listen to the show today, this or that should be easy. Ahmad and Gloria in the house. All right. So this or that, this is how that works. Okay. One versus the other. Okay. Which one's more important today? This one or that? So this or that, this or that. Here we go. This or that, number one, price or appraisal guarantee. Which one's more important in today's market? Which one is more important in today's market? Which one costs people more homes in today's market? Price or appraisal guarantee. You can just put AG if you want to, or P, either one. It doesn't matter. I want to make it easy. This or that, this or that, this or that. Which one you got? This or that. Chris Bergeron says appraisal guarantee. She might happen to work for the Bergeron team. Yeah, appraisal guarantee. I know it's a hard thing to say, but it's the truth. Facebook user, you are out of luck with the price. And so far, I got 2 people saying appraisal guarantee. Let's see. Which one's more important? Which one's more important? Lori says appraisal guarantee. Facebook user came back and said, oh, man, appraisal guarantee. That's what we got to have. What do you think? This or that, this or that, this or that. The thing that makes your head spin around when you talk about like this, like that, it does that. It does. Che Mia, it's in the house. Good to see you. Hi, this is appraisal guarantee. And guys, like I said, I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just saying that's where it's at right now. Okay. This or that, number two. Which one's more important? Selling your home as is or getting an appraisal guarantee? Now, you're a seller. You're a seller. Which one's more important? Selling your house as is or appraisal guarantee? Let's see what you think. This or that, this or that, this or that. What do you think? As is or appraisal guarantee? What do you think? SP, huh? Okay. SP goes, there he is. As somebody says AP, as appraisal guarantee, somebody says as is. Okay. Again, it's your opinion. What do you think? As is or appraisal guarantee, meaning as is, not doing any repairs in the house. Which one's more important? Do you think this or that? This or that? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I'll give you 30 more seconds, ladies and gentlemen. It's a really big show. Really big. As is, a couple of as is. All right, as is making a move. As is making a move. Holy smoke, Jim down with as is. Fat fingers typing. Mike Lawson says, I don't know. That's not an answer. You get your as is or appraisal guarantee. Which one's more important? And as a seller in today's market, what do you think? 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 Appraisal guaranteed. Heis has got it down packed. Last one. This is a hard one. Okay. For a buyer or for a seller, waiving the private inspection. If the buyer waives the private inspection or appraisal guarantee. This one's tough. This is up in the air. I want to see what you guys come up with. Waiving, if the buyer waives the private inspection, is that more important or appraisal guarantee? What do you think? This is an interesting one. I want to see where this one lands. This or that, this or that, this or that. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Which one's more important for a seller? If you waive the private inspection, have no private inspection, which I've seen done. I don't do it with buyers myself. No way, Jose. Or appraisal guarantee. Which one? Waive private inspection. Tracy says, Mike says, okay, I'll keep going. Let's see what we got. Waiving the private inspection, is that more important? Private or appraisal guarantee? Waiving private inspection, appraisal guarantee. All right, we got about, let's see, appraisal guarantee, Jim says. Which one's more important for a seller? Waiving private inspection, appraisal guarantee. Which one? Got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, that's about dead even, guys. And let me tell you what, both those things are scary. Both those things are scary. On the sell side, somebody waives private inspection. That means this to me. It means things will move faster. I don't have to fix anything. This thing will move more. Is only one more stop in a row with the appraisal than anything else. Okay, so that's what it means to me. Appraisal guarantee means I don't have to worry about what the appraiser says to a point. Okay, so those are really tough. Shelly and I were just sitting there going, what can we make that's similar to appraisal guarantee in importance? Waive private inspections definitely is. And I'm going to tell you right now, a buyer of mine should not waive a private inspection. I stress it ridiculously because you never know. You just never know. So that's not something I do on the buy side. Not something I do on the buy side. All right. So the point you've all been waiting for. What realtors see. This part of the show, folks, is the most interactive and ridiculous of all. I put up pictures of weird, cool, different stuff that I see, and then you put a caption on it, and you have a chance to win millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket courtesy of Talking Real Estate. Here we go. What realtors see number one? What realtors see number one? That's an old one. Here it is. This one, I just saw this in a farmhouse. I think in Manchester. I think it wasn't today, but I saw this one in a farmhouse. So it was a porch, so it was a little different. What realtors see number one? There it is. What realtors see number one? Put your best caption up for us, ladies and gentlemen. Put your best caption up. Let's see what we come up with. I saw this at a home this past week. I saw this on a porch, a covered porch this past week. What do you got? What realtors see? What realtors see? What realtors see? What do you think? Caption that one. Yeah, it's rough. I thought the same thing. Slightly used for sale. That's pretty good. Piano music anytime, anywhere. That's pretty good. Sunday porch sitting. I like that. Practice that shit outside. That's pretty good. Practice that shit outside. What the hell's wrong with organ donors? That's funny. Have piano, won't travel. That's pretty good too. That's the best. You guys make me laugh so much. Singing in the rain. Facebook Marketplace, free porch pickup. That's a good one. Old school play. Guys, you got 30 seconds. Give us your best caption of that picture out of tune. Heavy metal rendition of Piano Man. That's good. I like it. That's funny. It's funny stuff. Oh, you got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm sure Chris Bergeron would say this if I wanted to play an instrument when I was a kid. Practice that shit outside. She wouldn't swear, but she'd say, practice that stuff outside. Jim Dahman, you are the winner of first What Realtors See. You are the winner of the first What Realtors See. All right. The next one, I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was interesting. I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was interesting. Hang on. I saw this one today, and it was just, it was interesting to me to look at. So hopefully it's as interesting to you. So I saw this one today, and I went, "Oh wow, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think?" I saw that in a garage, and I was like, "Oh my, sale." What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What realtor see? What realtor see? What realtor see? I saw that and I was like, must have been a roadie for the Blue Man Band. That's pretty good. Oh, Trace, that's pretty funny. 6 tuplets. What do you think? I just was like, I'm like, oh my gosh. I saw this today. I saw this in Manchester today. I know I saw this today. So what do you think? Again, your chance to win millions of dollars on a scratch off ticket courtesy of Talking Real Estate. Cut wood up. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? It was different. I'm like, oh my.
They like to match.
Yes, they do. You do too, dear. My dear sweet girl over here loves the match too. So what do you think? Okay, I'll give you about 30 seconds, guys. I'll give you 30 seconds. What do you think? Take a peek. What do you think? Different kind of torture chamber? Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. I like that too. Oh, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And the winner is. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Must have been a roadie for the Blue Man Band. I like that. That's funny stuff. That's funny stuff. We got one more, guys. We got one more. I got to dig a little deep this time. I got to dig a little deep and find it because I was looking for a better one than that. Let's see where to go. I saw this with somebody on today's show. So they can be involved, but just know that I saw it with somebody specifically from today's show. I'll leave it at that. Ready? Here we go. Somebody on today's show saw this with me. There it is. What realtor see number 3? What realtor see number 3? What do you think? 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 I saw it outside on a post, on an electrical post. So what do you think? What realtor see number 3? What realtor see number 3? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Dun, 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 dun. Bypass surgery. That's pretty good. Can't see that foil. We was out of duct tape. That's pretty good. Somebody just took foil and wrapped it around electrical stuff. Oh yeah. Just a second to see if it works. Just checking to see if it works. Sketchy. Yeah, sketchy is definitely the truth. Sketchy is definitely the truth. All right. So 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And the winner is Facebook user who has bypass surgery. Bypass surgery. Wired for sound. That's funny too. So let us know who you are. Kathy Cordy, bypass surgery. All right. Guys, real quick, so you know, I love coming here with you guys. You make me laugh and all this goofy stuff. I had to bring the appraisal guarantee stuff out today. I had to because I just had to be honest with people in the market that we're in. I have to because it's something that I cover with every single seller that I talk to, and it seemed like every buyer I have to kind of at least mention it because I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't mention it. You know what I mean? So if they want a home, I have to tell them all the options that they have. Not the most thing that I'm most excited for a buyer, but it's something that I have to mention in a competitive situation. So, all right, after show. In the after show, we'll let you maybe choose what we're going to have at Sam's Sahara restaurant today. We'll see. Okay. We're going to head there. If you're not part of Talking Real Estate, the Facebook group yet, here's a QR code for it right there. If you haven't joined that, take your phone up to that one and check that link, check that QR code, and head over to Talking Real Estate, the Facebook group. try to drop interesting extra stuff in there for you. The group's about 800 strong right now, and we're trying to make it as more exciting all the time. So we are working on, Shelly and I are working on a live show. We may even do it at our house. We don't know yet. We're still kind of playing around with that idea. So we'd love to do a live show in the next month or so. All right. Anything for the folks?
Tell them to come into the after show because they could win a ticket. or
Ooh,
something.
really? Okay. She says come to the after show and you could win something else. So we want to always give away stuff. That's what we do here at Talking Real Estate. I'm Scott, and I'm definitely talking real estate. See ya.